Hello, I'm Hansi Parchment. You're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.
Golden Ricketts, how are you?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I am well. You've made my night. Before we get started, please go ahead and big up the greatest parish in Jamaica.
You're putting me on the spot. So I'm gonna big up St. Thomas because I was born there, and I'm also gonna big up St. Andrew because I grew up there.
I love that. I'll take that. 14.94 games record. You weren't playing about tonight, were you?
No, I definitely knew that the girls were coming out here to fight, so I had to bring my A game and war them.
What got you going? Was it the cold or was it something else?
It's the cold. I like competing in the cold for some strange reason, but then after the first jump, I feel like it got even colder, and then the breeze started changing. So, yeah, I don't know.
What next? What's next for you in terms of achievement? Because this is your greatest career medal, isn't it?
Yes. Apart from the World Championships, yes, this is my first gold. So what's next? I have the Monaco Diamond League next week, and I'm also going to be participating at the Knockout Championships in Bahamas.
Amazing stuff. And how does it feel to inspire the little kids in St. Thomas? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them with their eyes gripped to the screen saying, I want to be like Golden Ricketts.
Yes, definitely. I hope to be an inspiration to them. I hope they see themselves in me. If them foot long, them can try the triple jump. You know, if them slim, them can try the triple jump or even high jump.
What if them have short foot?
If them have short foot, then can try to cause some foot short too.
Amazing. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Greetings, one and all. Talawa TV bringing you a World Cup special. This is the reason boss standing in place of the one and only Crystal Talawa TV Davis. Viewers and subscribers, please show your support, and the reason boss is sending out an SOS request. I am drowning emotionally. I am drowning psychologically. I am struggling physically after what has been the mother of all tumultuous World Cup finals. I am trying not to shed a tear of joy, relief, a bag of emotions going through the reason boss as we speak. I am sending out an SOS to all Talawa viewers, all who are new to Talawa TV. Please show your support in two ways, two simple ways. As we crown again and wax lyrical, well, for most, about the crowning achievement of Lionel Messi and get me now, and the outstanding collective effort of the Argentinian men's national senior team in defeating the current, or should I say now, previous World Cup holders and incumbents, France, led by the inimitable, brave and bold Didier Deschamps. 3-3, viewers and subscribers, if you have just landed from another planet. 3-3 after normal time. Was it after normal time? No, my lord, my lord. Where do you start? 2-2 views and subscribers after normal time. Into extra time, 3-3 when it was all said and done. It went to penalties. I predicted on Ryan LFC last night this was going to be the unraveling, and this was going to be how the drama unfolded. I had no idea just to what extent the drama was going to unfold. Viewers and subscribers, please, two simple requests. First of all, in Crystal, wonderful Davis's absence, temporary, get me now, please hit the like button. Give the reason boss and Talawa TV a strength. Give yourself a strength and a big up if you are tuning in tonight. And secondly, please send in your comments. Send in your comments. I want to read your comments because I find myself at a strange juncture. I am both lost for words and yet full of words. What a World Cup Qatar 2022. Could you make it up? A Hollywood script writer could not make this up. You would have this script thrown out as bunkum, impossible, over the top, a little too rich, a little too sugary. Everybody involved in this World Cup final, the culmination, 32 teams came in looking for ultimate glory. Only one could ultimately lift that fabled golden prize. Lionel Messi and the Argentinian team, Emiliano. Wow, what a goalkeeper. Ex-Arsenal, super keeper, superhero. One of a number of heroes for the Argentinian men's national team. Now the 2022 holders. The title has gone back to South America. You see, I have on a Brazilian Seleção shirt. Yes, I draw for Jamaica. I draw for Brazil. And Brazil failed ultimately the litmus test. Viewers and subscribers, in my humble view. They failed to endure, to suffer, to focus, to go through the deep waters and to come out on the other side. These two teams that took part tonight in an epic World Cup final have been through the deep waters, and they took each other through the deep waters in this showcase final. The reason boss was unable to watch it from start to finish. I was working out on the cold streets of London, England. Had to hop on a bus. Tried to get a little coverage. Didn't want my the secret to be let out. I wanted to have a surprise. I went to my cousins. Big up yourself, Mikey. Big up yourself, Len. Big up yourself, Raja, my younger brother. Big up yourselves. Jersey boy, Ryan LFC, big up yourselves. I attempted to find out if Jersey boy, a French Les Bleu fan, wanted to check at halftime if he was okay. I heard that Argentina were running things at 2-0. Running things. It was all but done and dusted. I said last night, and I'm saying it today in retrospect, it was all said and done and told. It ain't over until the proverbial you-know-who sings. This game was not going to be over until the final whistle blew, and there was only one victor. The French gathered themselves from a beating in the first half, I hear. When I joined the coverage, it was into extra time. What a bag of drama. I need your comments, good people. I will read your comments and react because I am lost for words and yet full of words. Let me see what I go on. Please, your comments will be featured, will be preeminent in tonight's show, viewers and subscribers. I look forward to seeing your comments as soon as you enter and have joined the live broadcast, Talawa TV, with a post-World Cup special. You can see the words are strewn across the screen. You can see the jubilant scenes. Immortal Messi is crowned world champion. Well, you can see the cut of the jib here tonight. Lionel Messi, for a great, not only modern, but all-time great performer. A player who has been mentioned time and time again in the conversation for that vexed question, that vexed argument. Who is the GOAT? The greatest of all time when it comes to football? Well, as a Brazilian fan, I was hoping that Neymar Jr., there may be a clue in the name there, Junior, 30 years old plus, Junior, that may have been an inkling as the talisman for the Seleção. Maybe Neymar would suffice. Maybe we needed, we being the Seleção, being Brazil, maybe they needed Neymar, not Neymar Jr. That suggests one is a little wet behind the ears. The Brazilians needed experience mixed with youthful exuberance. The French had it. Hugo Lloris, Varane, Griezmann, Giroud. They came, they saw, they attempted to conquer. They had in their ranks a stellar superstar in the form of Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe, tonight, viewers and subscribers, if you don't know, and I'm sure you do, they don't make them like this, brother. They don't make them. They don't come by the regular dozen these days, you know. Not when it comes to all-star players, all-star talents. Kylian Mbappe, viewers and subscribers, hit a hat-trick. 1-2-3 combo. I think that was last done by Sir Geoff Hurst in 1966, the solitary time that England lifted this fabled world prize. 1-2-3 hat-trick, and then to boot, scored from the penalty shoot-up, stepped up, Neymar Jr. Junior, take note, ditch the junior and come again. Messi stood up, stepped up, early front and center. We're going to represent our nation. We're not going to wait for the glory. Slotted shot. There's lessons to be learned from this World Cup. There's lessons to be learned. Let me see. There's an opening comment. I've got to take it. Cody's King. Caddy's King? Let me see that. Caddy's King. My Lord, let me lower my glasses and see what I'm going. Argentinians, well, you know, it's an interesting thing because this World Cup has been fascinating on many levels. The Argentinians have a fascinating history. They are one of the South American superpowers, along with the likes of Brazil, of course. Colombia and Uruguay like to get involved and chime in, and they bring their own flavor to the World Cup party. Colombia didn't make it. Uruguay made it to this World Cup. They made it to the dance, but they failed to make it out of the group stages. Instead, it was South Korea and Portugal who made it out of Group H. There has been a number of giant killings. There's been a number of smaller nations who have done their country folk proud. South Korea being one. Japan being another. And of course, Morocco. Yesterday, 2-1, defeated by Croatia in a game that no team really likes to play. There are exceptions to the rule, of course. And in Croatia and Morocco, we had two such exceptions. Morocco, Africa's first official semi-finalists. We've had the likes of Cameroon and Senegal fly the flag. Cameroon and Senegal making quarterfinals in 1990 and 2002, respectively. We had a wonderful tournament where Morocco slayed the likes of Belgium with their golden generation. They put them out officially you could argue, to pasture. The likes of Eden Hazard announcing his international retirement. Forced and brought about, no doubt, by the 2-0 defeat at the hands of Morocco in the group stages. Morocco went on to take out Spain, España, the tiki-taki maestros. Lacking a finisher, they were made to pay 0-0 after the final whistle. Morocco went on to take care of Spain and knock them out. They were not settling there on their laurels. They went on again. They went again. Cadiz, they went again. Morocco, Africa's finest, on the international stage for Qatar 2022, and stunned Portugal with a 1-0 victory. A towering header did for Cristiano Ronaldo, João Felix, Pepe, Bernardo Silva. Listen to the names. Dalot, my lord, my lord. Wow, what can you say? Cancelo. I mean, hey, what a fabulous run by Morocco. But they missed the dance. Croatia, led by the evergreen, outstanding Luka Modric, a man who showed what it's like to suffer, who showed what it's like to be a superstar who's prepared to dig deep, work hard, offensively and defensively. And that's exactly what he did, filling in for his defenders when they were not on hand. He worked his proverbials off for the team, and it resulted and was rewarded with a third-place finish, which they celebrated to a man as if they had lifted the ultimate prize itself. Morocco can take extreme pleasure. Cadiz, I'm sure you would agree. Viewers and subscribers, hit the like button as you enter the arena. This is a celebration of a wonderful World Cup, full of drama. Yes, the early stages had 0-0s. We thought, are people playing hard to get? Are people playing cagey? None of it. The stakes proved, as ever in a World Cup, high as they've ever been. And that resulted in some 0-0s. Points on the board, in other words. And we know how important points went on to prove. Germany, superpowers of the world game, thwarted by Japan. Spain made sure they weren't going to be taken out, securing their berth. But they too were thwarted by a wonderful Moroccan team. Let me check out the comment section. Mikey Ballin, if you're around, I know you were doing a bit of cooking. And I know you smelt and liked the flavor of what was cooking out in Qatar. This was the mother of all finals. I would struggle to think of a better World Cup final. The immortal Lionel Messi, crowned world champion. Is that going overboard? Is Lionel Messi, in your opinion, now the GOAT? Has he surpassed his fellow countryman, Diego Maradona, in the Reason Boss's opinion? The finest player that I have seen in my lifetime, and I've been watching football in earnest since what? I can remember the 1982 vintage, wonderful Brazilian team, the best team in my book, never to win a World Cup, certainly right up there, along with the Hungarians in the early 50s. One of the best teams never to win a World Cup, that 1982 Brazilian team. Socrates, the Doctor, Zico, Cerezo Jr., Falcao, oh God, Eder. They didn't lift it. Fast forward, the 2022 version, they were stacked. The Brazilian team was stacked with attacking talent, stacked with quality defenders, not the squashbuckling left and right backs in the form of Cafu's and Roberto Carlos's, but in Danilo and Alexandro, I saw a steely defense with the ability to attack, as Alexandro demonstrated, both playing out of Juventus. They maybe exhibited and demonstrated the misfortune that some people could suggest that Brazil came across in this tournament. Having started out so steelily well against Serbia in Group G, picking up a 2-0 win, Richarlison showing why he got the starting berth ahead of the likes of Gabriel Jesus of Arsenal, my beloved club. They started off steely, determined, focused. I thought, hello, we're here on business. There was more to come after a 1-0 victory, hard fought against European opposition. They took a 1-0 defeat in a game that didn't necessarily matter, but it did to the African indomitable Lions of Cameroon. I salute you, Cameroonians. I salute you. You deserved that victory. You scrapped. You didn't give it to Brazil. No red carpet treatment. And you came away with a famous victory. You can take that to the bank, rewind and come again for 2026. We hope to see you again. You're going to be under pressure. Ivory Coast want to join the party. Nigeria want to join the party in 2026. You're going to have to come again. Morocco, likewise. But my Lord, the Argentinians and the French, they meant business. Whether you like them or not, they meant business on the football pitch. And they suffered. Argentina lost their opening game 2-1. The embarrassment could not have been more pronounced. Offside decisions going against them. The breaking of a 30-odd unbeaten run. We thought, hello, the bursting of a balloon has begun. Lionel Messi will not be crowned. This will be a bridge too far for this team. This could be Brazil's time. Brazil came a cropper at the hands in the quarterfinal stage at the hands of Croatia. Having done a dance and jogo bonita job on the South Koreans with a 4-1 victory, I thought the Brazilians have brought their A game. They're rising to the occasion. But they flopped when it mattered. When it mattered, Luka Modric, I salute. Croatians, I salute. You did a job on the football field with your resources, your aging squad. You fought. You showed your game management skills. You showed what it's like and what it takes to play tournament football. Brazil will have to rewind. Chiche has left duties. There's a vacancy. Anyone interested? Who do you think could take the position? There's a vacancy and there's a crop of talent there. Casemiro, wonderful tournament. Gotta say, wonderful tournament. Central defensive midfield player, supreme. I'm gonna go to the comments and check out what's going on. Remember to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Talawa TV with the Reason Boss. Crystal, wherever you are, full respect, full love. I know that you must have been licking your lips, shaking your head as this game unfolded, and yet casting a careful eye, a twinkling eye to 2023, when the reggae girls of Jamaica will be representing back-to-back style in Australia and New Zealand. We, us, 12 men, women, people will be cheering. We'll have skin in the game officially. Are you ready? I'm ready. Whew, let me check out the comment section. Let me check out the comment section and see what I go on. Oh, what a day. Let's see what we got here. Kevin Williams, GOAT argument done. GOAT argument done. Wasn't curry goat that was cooking, more like French fries. Kevin, is the GOAT argument truly done? I know Cristiano Ronaldo, Kevin, must have been praying. Or was he? I don't know. I'm only speculating. I'm speculating. Hypothetically, what was he thinking as he saw that game unfold? 2-0 up at halftime. Oh, Lord, please. Mbappe. Dembele, where are you? Giroud, what happened to you? Substituted, that's what happened to him. Tushemi, anybody, please bring this game around, turn it around somehow, please. Messi is going to win the crown that he has never won before. This could settle the argument. Am I right, Kevin? Kevin Williams, am I right? Whew. This could settle the argument as to who was the GOAT and who's the GOAT. Certainly of the modern generation, of course, the legendary Pele, 3 World Cups, an outstanding career for the high-flying Santos team of the 50s and 60s. Hard to beat. 3 World Cups. Kylian was on the verge, Mr. Mbappe, young Mbappe was on the verge of lifting his second. Not even turned 25 yet. Just fell short. Just fell short. But my Lord, he left it on the pitch. Look at the goals. Look at the goal that he scored after the penalty. Coolly taken. Coolly taken. Bringing it back to 2-1. Giving France hope. In the 80th minute? 81st minute? Seconds later. Minutes later. My Lord. What a finish. On the volley. Keeping it low. Driving the ball across Hugo Lloris. 2 apiece. Into extra time we went. Lionel Messi comes up with the tap in from a few yards out, following up, doing the dirty work. Neymar Jr., take note. Doing the dirty work, the kind of work that Richarlison was doing, following up, snaffling up chances after outstanding work from his Argentinian colleagues. We thought it was all over. Not the reason, boss. This game is not over. Big man Barry. Big man Barry, a big French fan. Mr. Barry F. Fawkes. Barry Fawkes, who I had the privilege and pleasure of watching the game with as it went into extra time, a bag of drama. What a game, Barry. What a game. What a game. Thank you very much for sharing the experience with me. Barry was drawing for a French win. Barry was drawing for a French win, no doubt about it, and fair dues. Let me tell you something. They scrapped. They didn't give up. This is a French team minus Pogba, Paul Pogba, minus N'Golo Kante. Yes, he was not in the greatest of form, but the experience in that midfield is invaluable. And that may have told on the grand stage, the big stage. Rabiot exceeded expectations. Griezmann exceeded expectations. Maybe this was a bridge and a game too far. There was a little bug rumor going around and about the camp. Maybe it was a little fatigue. Who knows? Griezmann, a wonderful World Cup campaign. Rabiot did himself and the French team proud. But France were without the likes of Benzema. Nkuku. Hernandez, the brother of Theo, picked up an injury. And yet, they found themselves in the World Cup final, looking to do something that only Brazil had done, well, last did in 58 and 62, winning back-to-back trophies. Let me check out the comments. I don't want to leave. I told you, I need to see what you guys are saying and paying your respect. The big man, Gregory Reed, the boat. The big man, we have to know. Messi is one of the greatest. Messi is one of the greatest, not the greatest. Gregory, I agree. Gregory, full respect and thank you very much for joining Talawa TV on this Immortal Messi is crowned world champion. Argentina returning the trophy, the famous trophy to South America. Brazil watching on jealously to a degree. I'm telling you now, there was a bag of Brazilians saying, come on, Argentina, Reason Boss included. Yes, you heard it, Ryan. Yes, you heard it. Marcel, you heard it. Marcel, you know who I am. You know who I'm talking to. Listen, Reason Boss was all in favor of the South American nation having a hand and a piece of this World Cup trophy. 20, imagine 20 odd years, 2002. I tell you what, I mean, time flies, you know. It's almost as if that happened yesterday, but 2002 when Rivaldo, Ronaldo and Ronaldinho, Cafu, Roberto Carlos, my Lord, Marcos, Lucio, full respect. Edmilson, Gilberto Silva, the whole respect. Big Arsenal man, this got a wonderful transfer, one of our best signings. Cleberson, I salute. Big up yourself. No title for Brazil since. Brazil remain one of the super powerhouses of the world game, in my opinion. When you reach quarterfinals, when you reach third place, fourth place playoffs, when you're in it as one of the favorites, you're a big team. Brazil are a big team. They could have won this title. They could have. But theory and speculation and hypothetical scenarios, Naga cut it. That Naga cut it. I am making no excuses. They came up short, but they can rewind and come again. For Argentina, wow. And those fans, along with Morocco, finest fans I saw in Qatar. Viewers and subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in on this momentous occasion. I'm sure that I'm going to have reason to listen to many a phone-in show and listen to many a broadcast on what has been a tumultuous evening. It is my pleasure and honor to be bringing you on Talawa TV, standing in for the great and outstanding Crystal Davis, wherever you are, and salute. Crystal is, as you know, a lifelong reggae girls fan. She has been bringing us the finest in coverage of the reggae girls, and we will, as a result of such coverage, such heart on sleeves, in-depth, detailed, objective coverage, we will be able to support and stand side by side with the reggae girls when that squad is announced and picked. Mr. Lorne Donaldson, he has a task on his hand, he has a challenge on his hands, but when that team is finally announced, we will be standing beside as the 12th man, the reggae girls, because they won't have it easy. Oh, no, 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 no. They'll be meeting the likes of Brazil. That won't be an easy task, far from it. But they're going to be doing their utmost level best to get out of that group and leave a mark on the World Cup. Lionel Messi featured. Can you see him there? Can you see him there? Wow. The mark was truly left. Look at the pictures. Look at the pictures. Now, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I've got a friend, Mo NN, Mo NN, Mo NN. You know who you are. Mo NN is a brother who follows the game and has the utmost respect for Diego Maradona. For him, he is the GOAT. Kevin Gregory, for him, Maradona is the GOAT. Gregory, you suggest that Messi is one of them. Well, you know what? Look, there's generational talents. Pele did what he did in the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s, early 70s. I saw Pele, footage-wise, as I was following this Brazilian journey in Qatar. I rewound the clock and went into the archives and saw what Pele, Revelino, Tostão, Jairzinho, Nilton Santos, Vava, Garrincha, I saw what they were doing. Clodoaldo, Piazza, Tostão. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Hey, they were bringing the heat. They were bringing the ruckus. Pele was doing things back as a 17-year-old, playing in Sweden. He was doing things that we see the likes of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar Jr. do, passing the ball through opponents' legs, step overs, swaying of the hips. Yeah. And for him to win 3 World Cups, count them, 1, 2, 3. How many other players have done that and have been front and center having done so? Neymar was roughly the same age as Pele was when he won his 3rd, when the World Cup went Technicolor, TV-wise. I thought this was going to be the chance for Neymar to step up and say, yes, this is my time. No excuses guaranteed. He had an outstanding season for PSG along with Mbappe and Messi. I was very impressed with how Neymar was handling himself, conducting himself, not drawing and courting fouls all over the place and taunting opponents. He was making the ball do the talking, bringing his fellow PSG colleagues into play, ghosting in, making, assisting, and scoring goals himself. I thought we were going to see the maturing and the mature Neymar come to the party. Well, that goal he scored in the first half of extra time against Croatia, involving Lucas Paquetá and Rodrigo of Real Madrid. Paquetá of West Ham. My lord, what a bag of Brazilians turning up on the English doorstep. My God. I thought they've got their ducks in places. They're playing in one of the hardest leagues in the world. They're going to be battle hardened for this first unique Winter World Cup in Qatar. But Neymar, I saw him dawdling on the ball after the goal had been scored. He was throwing a bag of water on himself at half time of extra time. I thought, I hope and pray he's not trying to bring attention to himself. I hope you're not trying to bring extra attention to yourself. Are you really trying to revive yourself that much, Neymar Junior? I saw you dawdle on the ball, Junior. Neymar, I saw you dawdling on the ball as your colleague made the overlapping run by the touchline. I saw you dawdle. I thought this is a time to run down the clock. You've got what, 5, 6 minutes, if that, left on the clock. Run it down, show your skills, give it to your colleague, or hold tight. Come in field with the ball, hold on to it, pass it back to a player, a fellow colleague. Instead, the ball trickled out. He looked lost, confused. Was that his fault alone, or was that maybe in part to Chiche, who in leaving the post admitted that, in his opinion, he did not do enough to raise the morale and rally his troops, and rally his troops to get the job done. I've yet to see the penalty shootout in its entirety. I've seen Marquinhos's miss, hitting the post. That was enough for me. Did anyone see Neymar's penalty in the penalty shootout? Did anyone see Neymar Jr. step up as the premier penalty taker for Brazil? Did you? Did you? He didn't take one. Back to the gentleman. Back to the gentleman. Front and center. Listen, Argentina, in my opinion, had to do and make the hard yards. It wasn't going to be a case of leaving everything to Lionel Messi. It wasn't a case of get the ball to Messi. It wasn't a case of can Messi handle the weight of expectation on the greatest stage. Will he be considered the GOAT? Will he have to produce a GOAT performance against the heir apparent Kylian Mbappe? I wasn't relying on that as a reasoned observer. What I wanted to see, could I see a strictly footballing perspective? I'll have you know, strictly footballing. If the Argentinians, led by Scaloni, ex-West Ham player, wow, what a stellar rise, what a fairy tale rise. One of the cheapest options for the Argentinians following the loss of their previous coach, Sampaio. What a job he has done. He gave Messi a free role and encouraged the team to play around Messi and to bring their responsibilities, their flavor to the game. So it was not a case of Messi alone or Angel Di Maria. And those guys played their part. Acuna, Romero, Molina, Montiel. Wow. You guys take a bow, take a bow. You deserved all you got in winning this trophy. Outstanding. Outstanding achievement. Let me check out the comment section. Let me see. Watch out. Hey, respect Gregory. Yeah, man. Respect to you, Gregory. Full respect to yourself. Yeah, man. I mean, as we said, the argument, back to say, just to clarify, the argument about who is the greatest, it's a difficult one, Gregory, as I'm sure you appreciate, to call out. You've got Messi, you've got Ronaldo. Those have been the two usual suspects right about now. We've had the likes of Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Neymar Jr., of course. They've all flattered, played their part, and they are terrific players in their own right. But there are levels to this thing. And to compare Messi, who, look, in my humble opinion, as I said, I've seen Maradona, and I thought Maradona is the best that I've seen to don and lace a pair of boots. And I'm a big Brazil fan, as well as, of course, a reggae boys and reggae girls fan. I've seen the likes of Zico, Socrates, Falcao, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, El Phenomenon of Barcelona, PSV, Eindhoven. Outstanding. He's right up there. If it wasn't for knee injuries, and that says something, because he can still be mentioned in the conversation, certainly as a striker, but as a player, absolutely. The title says it all. El Phenomenal. It's hard to compare eras. You can only do what you can do, and Messi has done a bag of things. The one thing that I would say that he hadn't done was lead. And my good friend Moinen makes a very good point. He hadn't showed the leadership that Diego Maradona showed. Now, that's debatable. Some people may disagree. I don't know if you disagree, Gregory. I don't know what your thoughts are. Kevin, I'm not sure what your thoughts are. Remember, if you're joining, you're listening, I don't know if you're crying out, if you're sleeping and knackered, because it's been the mother of all World Cup finals. It's been a great and wonderful World Cup. Controversial, according to some, but the stadiums, the bonhomie, the lack of violence. Did anyone hear anything about crowd trouble, fan violence, fans creating a ruckus, drunken fights and pushing and a bag of arrests? We didn't hear that. No. We could focus on the football. And boy, oh boy, it kept on giving. It's a World Cup that kept on giving where drama is concerned. But we've got the Messi and Cristiano Ronaldos. We've had the Diego Maradonas. We've had the Zicos. We've had the Michel Platinis. We've had the Cruyff eras. We've had the Beckenbauers. You can only do what you can do in your time. And there are levels. And Messi did, in my opinion, and then some others, lack maybe that leadership quality. You remember when he was playing for Barcelona and he played his part in annihilating Liverpool 3-0. Could have made it 4, actually. Barcelona should have made it 4. They needed more goals. Needed more firepower. 3 was not sufficient. They went back to Anfield. And you know about the Anfield roar. Do you know about the Anfield roar? The Anfield effect. And Messi was on that pitch, though you had to look hard to find him. From 3-0, Liverpool constructed the mother of all comebacks. 4-3 victors. It could have been 5 or 6 on the night. Where was Lionel Messi when you need to put your hand up? But football is not a one-man, one-woman, one-person game. No, it's a team effort. And I've seen Lionel Messi play his part and weave his magic. That wondrous left foot, though the right foot is no slouchy instrument. Did you see the way he went past Veridol for Croatia in setting up that goal for Alvarez? Oh my Lord, my Lord. One of the finest runs in this World Cup. But, wow. What can you say? Maradona almost carried that 86 team on his back. Sensational performances against the likes of England and Belgium. Didn't score in the final against Germany, but created the winning goal for the likes of Budachaga and Mr. Brown. Talking of Mr. Brown, yes, there was an Argentinian by the name of Brown. Yes, Brown. This one, fast forward to 2022. From 86 and 2022, we've got Brighton and Hove Albion's Alexis, get this now, McAllister. Yeah, you heard it, McAllister. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. Boy, oh boy. Listen, Lionel Messi has produced and created chances on a plate for the likes of Higuain. You remember this character? Higuain. Only for him to blow his lines in this World Cup final. My Lord, my Lord. There were chances deep into extra time for both France. Wonderful save by Martinez with his feet. Moments later, another opportunity fashioned involving Messi. Here comes Lautaro Martinez of Inter Milan. A header, a great chance to test the goalkeeper, work the goalkeeper, beat the goalkeeper, Hugo Lloris, to take it in the dying embers of normal and extra time added on. Could not find the target. Took the ball a little too early. The ball didn't find its target. Now, is that Lionel Messi's fault? Has he not shown that he rises to the occasion? And it's other players who have fallen short when the pressure was at its hottest? Lionel Messi scored 2 goals tonight, viewers and subscribers. You can call it 3 goals with a penalty in the penalty shootout. Messi showed leadership qualities. The brother is a humble brother. The brother is a humble brother for one of the finest footballers to ever lace on a pair of footballing boots. He's a humble brother. Did you see the pictures, those images? You see him there? Can you see him there? Can you see him there? Crystal has posted that image. Thank you so much, Crystal. Wherever you are, we care, we appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you soon, Crystal. Lionel Messi. Wow. Leadership qualities. Moenen, Kevin Gregory. Has he shown leadership qualities? He has been, and he's been cutting an interesting figure. He's been getting involved in some argy-bargy verbals with the likes of Louis van Gaal, the Netherlands manager. He's been bullish. He's been a man on a mission. But could we dare dream that this happened? Yes, for some people, they may not be cock-a-hoop at this success. But this is one of the best players that we have seen. The things that he can do with the ball, that he has been able to do with the ball. In this World Cup, viewers and subscribers, he was an artist in motion. I watched. Get the chance. If you get the chance to watch Argentinian games, the man was literally walking. The man was literally walking during games. As I said, I didn't see the final in its entirety. I'd be fascinated to see what kind of figure he cut in this final. He was walking, yet being absolutely 110% aware of where he was on the pitch and when he could make an impact and make the difference. He's no spring chicken. 34, 35. This could well be his last World Cup. He does not have to be like those boxers that go on for 1 round and 1 fight. Too many. He can pass the towel. He doesn't have to throw the towel in. Just hand the towel off that brow, rest it in the changing rooms, and press on with his club career and whatever else is in store for Lionel Messi. He has landed the biggest prize in world football. And I, the Reason Boss, salute. I salute the Argentinian players who played their part. They weren't backward in coming forward. They played their part and were prepared and indeed went through the deep waters, having been pegged back to 2 apiece. They could have thrown in the towel. There's a towel analogy. But they went again, fashioned a third. It's all over. Wait, not quite. Back again came the French. Kylian Mbappe, let me remind you, scored a hat-trick tonight. A hat-trick. 1, 2, 3, plus a goal in the penalty shootout, and ended up on the losing side. My contention with that French young team, full of African-born players, full of young, talented players, wearing the French jersey with pride, performing above and beyond. Did you see Didier Deschamps? I heard and saw that Giroud was not on the pitch. Giroud, Olivier Giroud, France's all-time leading scorer, ahead of the likes of Papa and Thierry Henry, was not on the pitch. Antoine Griezmann, one of the players of the tournament, not on the pitch. Ousmane Dembele, one of the fearsome foursome that I said you've got to keep a beady eye on. As a Brazilian fan, I had to give respect to France. I expected Brazil to meet France in the final. Instead, they were trumped by Croatia, who then in turn were trumped by Argentina, who finished second in the South American qualifiers to Brazil, unbeaten, both unbeaten. Brazil with a record score of around 45 points. Argentina on 39 points, I believe. Unbeaten as well, a little less unheralded, but that run of 35, 36 games, almost unbeaten, came to a staggering, thundering halt against Saudi Arabia. Hats off to you, Saudi Arabia. You could not continue. A golden opportunity to put some history into your books. History enough that you beat Argentina, but you had a golden opportunity to get to that second round. But football is a game and a story that keeps on giving, and you always have the opportunity, inshallah, to rewrite and add a new chapter. Let me check out the comment section and see what's going on here. Let me see. Oh my goodness me. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What we got here? Hey, respect. Yes, yes, Gregory. You're for Brazil as well. Yes, but Messi deserved it. I agree. I agree. I tell you what, my young son, he was well, he appeared to be a big Brazil fan. I think he's taken a leaf out of his father's book. But I've had to school him and teach him that humility has to come into play, because it was not Brazil's tournament this time around. I think that they arguably could have been one of the best teams. They were the favorites, or one of the favorites, to lift this crown. I'm not following the bookies though. That midfield area, what on earth happened? A dereliction of duties. How on earth was a goal like that? Yes, the reason boss is waxing lyrical and returning to the scene of the crime. How on earth did Brazil concede a goal like that on the counter? It was so out of the usual performance that Brazil have been producing over the last few years under Chiche. So unusual. But what him say? Pressure boss pipe. Brazil looking to make it too. Were they not content and satisfied and felt capable enough to lock down a 1-0 victory? There are levels, and you need maturity, you need the X factor, you need to dig deep, you need to dig in. Anyone remember Marvin Hagler against Tommy the Hitman Hearns, my brother? God bless you, Raj. Raj, my brother Roger, who is well steeped in his knowledge of boxing and football, gave me this analogy as he broke down the wonderful, drama-filled. I'm still catching my best breath, viewers and subscribers. Hit that like button. Please give the reason boss, give Talawa TV, give Crystal a like, and give Crystal a strength. She needs it. We need it. You need it. We all need it. My brother Roger said, look here, this final was akin to the great Marvin Hagler versus Tommy the Hitman Hearns middleweight clash. It lasted all of, what, 3 rounds? But what a 3 rounds. Gregory, do you recall this? Kevin, do you recall this? Viewers and subscribers? Leading up to that penalty situation, it looked like both teams were set on throwing punch after punch, blow after blow, nick after boom, boom. My turn, your turn. We want to win it before it goes to penalties. Argentina felt they won it with that Messi goal. Nope. France had other ideas. A penalty one, a ball arrowing in to the corner by Mbappe. Yes, that man again came to the party in the second half, deep into the second half, and then into extra time. Dispatched the penalty coolly and calmly. A hat-trick, viewers and subscribers. He won the prize for the top goal scorer in this tournament. Consigning, listen, I'm paying my respect. Harry Kane of England did win the award for the tournament's leading scorer 4 years ago. A bag of penalties and a deflected effort does not a classic. Get me now, you hear me? Classic World Cup highest goal scorer make. Give me a Ronaldo, El Phenomenon, 2002. Give me the likes of a Davor Suker, a throwback, Croatia qualifying for their first World Cup finals, if I'm not mistaken, in 1998. Bagging a third place. Davor Suker. You want to check out a golden boot or golden shoe winner? You want to check out what kind of goals you want to see to land that prize? Check out Davor Suker's efforts. Kylian Mbappe duly walked away with that prize. I didn't see many tears from that brother in this final. Did you? Did you? Did you? I didn't see any tears. I saw a sober, mature individual. Mbappe had said earlier in this tournament, I'm here, not concerned about being top scorer. Get me now. Not concerned about being top scorer, but about helping and supporting my teammates to lift this World Cup, to retain the title they won in Russia in 2018. He was ready to do whatever is required. He did not have to be the life and soul of the party. He was going to play his part as others played their part. So close, and yet, I was going to say so far, there are fine margins. What an epic World Cup final. Aston Villa's Emiliano Martinez, what a goalkeeper. Arsenal said, no, we can't give you an extended contract. I never forget that. Crystal, do you remember that? Martinez, FA Cup hero. Can I get a deal? I love this club. No can do. Aston Villa came a calling. And you saw what happened. A World Cup hero. Mind games. Throwing the ball away, walking back, bouncing the ball, tossing the ball to one side. Go on, collect the ball and then come up and think a little longer about how you're going to beat me. Viewers and subscribers, this has been the mother of all World Cups. Has it been the best World Cup ever? What do you think? Have you seen a better World Cup? I'm not talking about just a final. Surely you've not seen a better final. If you have, do tell me. I mean, Brazil's 4-1 victory in 1970 is one for the archives. Glorious Technicolor, full of wonderful goals. A wonderful team, two wonderful teams. The Italians were terrific, Rivera and company, but Brazil were the toast of the town. Gerson, Pelé, Revellino, Jairzinho, who was the top scorer, I believe, in that World Cup in 1970. Certainly a star, played and scored, I believe, in every game. I think he scored in every game in that World Cup. Well, wow. This final was hard to beat. This tournament, definitely up there. 1994 is one of my favorite tournaments. Brazil won that on penalties, ironically, against Italy. The divine ponytail amongst those missing. The great Franco Baresi missing a penalty. But what a wonderful performance by the likes of Franco Baresi. One of the great defender sweepers, AC Milan and Italy. What a job he did on Romario on that occasion. But Romario and Bebeto showed they had the right stuff. Dunga, Mazinho, a young Cafu, Branco, Taffarel, they showed they had the right stuff. Aldair, yeah man, full respect, you don't know. Yeah man, Mauro Silva showed they had the right stuff in 1994. They had to wait again, thwarted in 1998 by, again, guess who? The French. A 3-0 beating, Zinedine Zidane with a masterclass. 2 goals. Emmanuel Petit of Arsenal rounded things off, 3-0. Vanquished, Ronaldo under the weather. A great tournament for Brazil until that final game. A bridge too far. But they came and wheeled to come again in 2002 in Korea and Japan and lifted that trophy in an emotion-filled occasion when Ronaldo, the buck-tooth one, led with 2 goals in the final, ably assisted by Gilberto Silva, ably assisted by Rivaldo, Kleberson and company. Full respect that night. Now, South America, raise a glass and a toast. As I said, Brazilian fans, yes, Brazilian fans were supporting the Argentinian cause, saying, hey, we need it to come back. So again, we know Argentina does have a history, a particular and peculiar, interesting, almost unique, some would say, history in terms of their footballing culture and as a nation, as a culture. But as a footballing nation and what they've done with the players that they've had, we look forward to seeing what the future holds and how things pan out. But they've produced, footballing wise, a performance and performances that have deserved and merited them lifting the crown. Messi, one of the GOATs, could be the GOAT. Is he the GOAT in your opinion? I wonder what you're saying here. Let me check out the comments. Yeah, man. Gregory, you're a fan for Brazil. Yeah, man, you're for Brazil, but Messi deserve it. Absolutely, Gregory. Absolutely. He does deserve it. I agree. He deserves it. I mean, how many Ballon d'Ors has he won? How many performances has he produced and just made your mouth drop? I've seen Messi, bring Arsenal fans to applaud. I've seen Messi play for Barcelona again, and what a team, by the way, Barcelona. I mean, the great debate when it comes to, how great is Messi compared to Ronaldo. Messi has done it ostensibly for one club, Barcelona. When you're surrounded by the likes of Busquets in central defensive midfield position, outstanding, along with the likes of Yaya Toure. I mean, one of the best to do it of the modern era. When you've got, Gregory, do you agree with me? Listen, Brazil have had some fantastic midfield players. Falcao, Cerezo, Alamao in 1990. The doctor himself, Socrates, 1982 and 1986. Wonderful player, wonderful player. But when you've got Xavi, and Iniesta, these are players that could take an honorary bow and represent Brazil in their or some of their all-time great teams. Those players, when you've got Puyol, David Villa, those are some fine players. And when you've got those guys on your team, Samuel Eto'o, Cameroon and Barcelona, when you've got those players, you're bound to shine. You've got a great chance to shine. And if you're a player like Messi, well, you're in a good place. The thing about Lionel Messi has got to be said, as Gregory would testify to, and many viewers and subscribers would, is that Lionel Messi shone brightest in a team stacked with talent. That's the level that Messi was at. I remember applauding for Lionel Messi scoring goals against Arsenal at the Camp Nou and at Arsenal's home stadium. I remember seeing Messi going through and about to score, looking so good. He was doing things with the ball and dealing with our players in such a way that I thought, and I remember saying, go on, finish it off, finish it off, finish it off, finish us off. Man, not easy, Man, not easy. Whew. Immortal Messi, immortal. Well, does that suggest that he has secured his place as the GOAT? He's one of the GOATs. He's got to be one of the GOATs. He's now won a World Cup along with Maradona, who himself won one. We could say that Messi, well, had not gone again. Well, he made another final, didn't he? He did make another final. Yes, indeed. In 2014, am I right? 2014, was that the final in Brazil? In Brazil? Or was that the semi-final? 2010, let me see, 2010 Spain. It might have been Spain, It might have been Spain. 2010, it might have been Spain. Man, I tell you, these things, time flies, isn't it? Oh boy, oh boy. Maradona made a final in 1990. He made a final in 1990 when they were pipped by a Bremer goal, 1-0 victory to Germany. I think they may be in West Germany then, but they are 1-0 victory to the Germans. So Maradona won World Cup. Messi won World Cup. Then we're going to have to go to the club situation. What has Messi done? Several victories, including the Champions League crown, as well as La Liga titles with Barcelona. We've got Cristiano Ronaldo, on the other hand, who has won titles in England, in Italy, in Spain with Real Madrid, with Juventus, with Manchester United. He's won in at least 3 countries, having started his career in Portugal. He has won on the biggest and in the biggest leagues around the world, bringing his flavor, headed goals, left foot, right foot. Wonderful work ethic. Still playing today. Of course, he was with Portugal and they came up short. He was resigned to a place on the bench, came off to try and turn things around against Morocco, was unable to do so with his teammates. An outstanding victory for Morocco. But we have to say that with 1 World Cup apiece for Maradona and Messi, we've got to then go and question and check out and discuss, has he done enough in lifting this title to be considered the GOAT? Certainly one of the GOATs. There could be little doubt about that. Viewers and subscribers, it's been a wonderful, momentous evening. As a Brazilian fan, I'm humbled. I'm delighted that it's gone back to South America. I always thought that Brazil were going to make it, but if they weren't going to make it, it was because they weren't able to suffer. And it's going to be a mixture of joy and pain. They will be suffering tonight because their arch rivals, Argentina, are partying. I don't know when that party is going to end. I don't know when that party is going to end, do you? They can party all night long. Some people may not be partying with them, as I have heard, but there will be others who will be, certainly Argentinian fans, will be in a state of, well, who knows? Who knows where they are? I mean, you know, the fans have been terrific. The fans have turned out in their thousands in Qatar. They have had arguably the most fans. Morocco fans have been fantastic, you know, really getting behind the team. And I hope that the Jamaican reggae boys and reggae girls fans will be getting behind the Jamaican national teams as they launch campaigns for 2023. Of course, the reggae boys have the Nations Cup games ahead. Mexico will be taken on, I think, in a couple of games, and we're going to be looking for Coach Jaime Hallgrimsson to be taking charge early January and see what he can do with his staff. It's not an easy gig, that. There's going to be many a challenge as well as many an opportunity. Let us see how the reggae boys get on. We need to see respect. We need to see transparency. We need to see equanimity, fairness in selection. We need to see players who are proud to wear the jersey. We need the organization to be proud to represent Jamaica and to do Jamaica and the fans and the beautiful game of football justice. Equal rights. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now, we've got to bid shortly farewell. We're going to bid shortly farewell. It has been a tumultuous night, but let me check the comment section, because I tell you, there's going to be, I'm knackered. You see, I don't know if you can tell, I'm knackered, and I didn't watch the game in its entirety. Sometimes, you know, you come across some games and you think, if I was watching and fully supporting, fully attentive, things may have been different. The result may have been different. Have you ever watched your team and that your team's come away with a defeat and you've said, well, if only I watched the game, things would have been different? Well, I don't know what would have happened if I'd been able to sit down and watch this game. If it had turned out the same way or even close, I'm not even sure if I could have been able to do a broadcast. Absolutely knackering. So this is one of those few occasions where I'm glad that I wasn't able to watch and follow things live. I'm grateful to my cousins, Leonard, Mikey, grateful, Man United and Liverpool fans respectively. My brother Roger, who's a Liverpool fan, they were very good in terms of keeping me abreast with the score and not giving away too much. Little did they know what drama was going to unfold. Mikey B, Mikey Ballon, Another gentleman who was helpful and useful, and I appreciate you, Mikey, for keeping me abreast and giving me a little up-to-date scoreline. And even that was still behind the times. 3-2, I believe you sent me. As well as that joke, which is Mikey B. Mikey Ballin. Crystal, that man not easy, you know. Him send me a joke that I don't ever even repeat it on the ear. It's not X-rated. It's it's very funny. It's very fun, very humorous. You know, easy, you know, Mikey. Let me check out the comment section. Oh my goodness me! Wow, I tell you, if I was watching that game live, they may have had to call Mikey. They may have had to call for the police. They might have heard me and be wondering why this man I call fire. Fire! God have mercy. What a bag of goalie. 6 goal thriller. Views and subscribers. Let me check out what I'm going yourself. Oh, Nitro. Hey, big up yourself, Nitro. Big up yourself, Nitro. Big up, big up, big up. Where I say, sir? One flick at you. One flick of the boot and Messi took out 3 defenders at you. Nitro, I like that. I like that. That is like watching MJ doing the moonwalk. Nitro, you're not easy. Nitro, you're not easy. You're waxing lyrical there, Nitro. My lord, one flick of the boot. The wondrous brute took out 3 players. Big man, not easy. Nitro, explosive and on the money. On the money. Like MJ, Michael Jackson himself doing the moonwalk. Hey, the guy is a wizard, man. The guy is a wizard. Most footballing fans, right about now, most football fans will be raising, as I do now, raising a glass. Grapefruit here, raising a glass to Lionel Messi and the Argentinian team. Again, I've got to say, what a collective effort. Brazil, I hope that you digest and digest well. Neymar, if you're going to reason and come again, 3.5 years time till the next World Cup, in the United States, in Mexico, in Canada, a tri-union operation. Will that be a successful return? Remember, America were the host in 1994 when Dunga lifted the world title and the World Cup in 1994. Was that the Pasadena Rose Bowl? Wherever it was certainly in America. And that was a fantastic World Cup. Argentina was involved. Of course, Diego Maradona was controversially excluded from that tournament. But he still showed 4 years on from Italia 90 that he still had what it took. In that World Cup, Nigeria were shining and flying. The Super Eagles were there. I know the fans will be looking forward to seeing them return. Africa has a bundle of talent. Ivory Coast, Didier Drogba country. Kolo Touré country. Yaya Touré country. We've got the likes of Morocco, Tunisia, South Africa hosting 2010. Will they want to come again? We have a bag of African nations who will be waxing lyrical about this tournament and how African football was put on the map. They will be licking their lips at the prospect of being put on the world map, as Morocco have well and truly done with their brand of football. There were emotional scenes, heated scenes in the game against Croatia, it must be said. This showed that they were determined to try and get a medal. They were unable to do so, picking up 4th place, 2-1, defeated by Luka Modric and the bag of itches, Brozovic and Perisic. Enough respect. The reason boss, have to give due respect to Croatia, the footballers, because they showed what tournament football is about. Hanging in there against the odds, beating teams, taking on teams, going toe-to-toe with teams, using their wiles to get past teams that many don't fancy them to get past. This is a lesson I believe that the England national team need to take lessons from. I believe and understand that Gareth Southgate has been reappointed and has taken the decision. I say reappointed. He's been given a contract that he was free to either accept or decline. He had the opportunity to take the England team, the Three Lions, quote unquote, through to the World Cup. Well, certainly to the European Championship. My apologies. At least to the next European Championships will be in 18 months or so time in Germany. He has accepted at this juncture the opportunity to remain at the helm of the Three Lions. England have a terrific crop of young, talented players. Will Gareth Southgate change his approach? Will he mature into the role even more and be, quote unquote, bold enough as Didier Deschamps was, taking off a Giroud, a Griezmann, a Dembele, bringing on young, talent, hungry, full of heart and determination, and they helped turn the game. They helped turn the game. My brother Roger informed me, and I take his word. Having watched the game, he said they were instrumental and influential in turning the game. Salutes and prompts to Didier Deschamps, who will, in all likelihood, also be heading up the French national team as they seek to do a little better than their last European tournament experience in England, when a stellar lineup was expected to beat all before them, only to be thwarted by Switzerland. You need to get your game face on. You need to have heart. You need to have resolve. Yes, you need to have a fair amount of luck, but you need to be mentally, psychologically ready. You need to have a game plan. A good manager, an outstanding manager helps. A good manager helps. Gareth Southgate may need to do something more than bring on the likes of Jack Grealish with 2 or so minutes to go. Bring on a Marcus Rashford with 5 or so minutes to go. When you have your opponents, in this case, a quarterfinalist in France, on the ropes, there for the taking. In some people's eyes, Mr. Southgate needs to maybe reflect and see if he needs to grab the metal, the thistles, and the thorns, and make and take the tough decisions. When you've got quality on the bench, you know, there's the old saying, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Well, they were banging on the door, but the door had not been knocked duly down. One penalty, one penalty, and a fell penalty by Harry Kane. Meanwhile, France, when they needed it, produced 2 goals of outstanding quality in that quarterfinal. They then went on to meet Morocco, a local rival, for many reasons on many levels. They thwarted the Moroccans, the plucky, quality-filled Moroccans who exceeded all expectations. To beat teams that you are expected to beat is one thing. To take on teams who you're not expected to beat and still come out on top, that's what separates the likes of Croatia from England as we speak. I hope the Reggae Girls will again show that heart, that spirit, that pluck, that determination, that talent, that resolve, that organization that took them out of the quote-unquote group of death when they had to go toe-to-toe with the likes of America and Haiti and Mexico. They came out of that group of death, quote-unquote. They came out of it. Yes, taking care of Haiti, a 1-0 victory over Mexico on their home turf. I tell you, you know what? If you didn't get the opportunity to watch those games, check them out on YouTube. Check them out on YouTube. Heart, resolve, class, determination, no little skill, professionalism, all on show. I'm confident that they've got what it takes to give a good account of themselves. They'll have to go and go again. They too may have to suffer. They too will have to dig deep and perform on the biggest stage. That requires outstanding quality preparation and organization. I hope Mr. Donaldson and the JFF are able to provide that support, that level of confidence for the team to do the best they can. Back to back World Cup finalists. That's what we've got in our Reggae girls. Tiffany Cameron, Bunny Shaw, Trudy Carter, Jodie Brown, Spence. Hey, the Swabies, the Swabies. All of you, one love, one respect. Everyone, Paige Bailey Gate. Hey, everyone who's donned a shirt, Kayla McCoy. Everyone who's donned a shirt for the Reggae Girls, I salute. And whoever's chosen and whoever's not chosen, you've all played your part in getting Jamaica to consecutive World Cups in one way or the other. And you as 12 men, 12 women, 12 persons out there have played your part. We salute you, one and all. Reggae boys, take a few leaves out of the book. Many challenges and opportunities. I hope you take the opportunities and deal as best you can, as best you can. It's no crime to call for help and to seek advice, but transparency, accountability, respect are all key components when you're talking about arranging and preparing for a team to succeed and to put their best foot forward on the world stage. Argentina put their best foot forward. France too, worthy finalists of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. It finished 3 goals apiece. After extra time and on to penalties it went. I envisaged an Argentinian win on penalties if they could not do the business in regulatory time. Jersey boy, wherever you are, Jersey boy, les bleus. They did you proud. They left it on the pitch. They left it on the pitch. I contacted Jersey boy of Ryan LFC. I contacted him to check if he needed any assistance, as he was experiencing, no doubt, some mixed emotions. He said he could handle it, and I believe him. Win, lose, or draw. That's the spirit. That's the temperament. That can go a long way. It's not over until that final whistle, and France rallied. France rallied. Went behind again and rallied again. What more could they do? They left it on the pitch. I look forward to hearing more about what happened subsequent to the final whistle. I don't know if the Argentinians are still on the pitch at the Lusail Stadium. I don't know if they're on there still celebrating. I don't know if the Argentinian fans are still in the stadium celebrating. My Lord, it didn't look like they wanted to leave. Wherever they are right now, they will be celebrated, and deservedly so. The World Cup, viewers and subscribers, is now on its way, winging its way, will be when they finally decide to leave Qatar, because this has been a unique World Cup. It's the first Winter World Cup. Players will be making their way back to their respective clubs around the world to resume, certainly in Europe, resume their club fixtures halfway through the season. In England, Arsenal have a handy lead, but they've lost a vital player, in my opinion, in the Reason Boss's opinion, in Gabriel Jesus. I'm sure Crystal would also wish Gabriel Jesus a speedy recovery, but we as Gunners fans will be standing and supporting the Gunners as they seek to do the best, shall we say, that they can in the remainder of this season. It's the winter period. It's been a Winter World Cup. We're going into the winter fixtures. Manchester City, oh, there's that name again. They'll have players who will have had mixed emotions and mixed memories from this World Cup. Gabriel Magalhães, our Arsenal and Brazilian defender, not chosen as part of the Seleção on this occasion. Could he have made a difference? Would he have been found high up the field and instead of defending? Oh, good. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. We don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is that the football season will resume for many in Europe. The Premier League season will begin in earnest. If you're playing fantasy league football, as I am, we'll have to be checking out who's available, who's not, who's partying, who's still celebrating and basking, and who's not, who's picked up little knocks. This has been, I think, when it's all said and done, a successful World Cup. I think having a Winter World Cup has brought its own flavour. We've not had players going in who may have been tired on the back of a long season. We've had players in the rudest of health. Of course, we've had some sad, unfortunate, notable omissions. We've had the likes of Sadio Mane of Senegal, formerly of Liverpool, and Senegal, unfortunately chosen for the Senegalese team, but unable due to injury. An injury picked up prior to the World Cup, being unable to perform. That was most unfortunate. If Sadio Mane was playing, who knows what that second round game against England could have been. First half an hour, Senegal were definitely in it to win it and had chances. Unfortunately, they weren't able to take it, and England went on to secure a 3-0 resounding victory over the Senegalese, the African champions. But every nation, I think, bar a couple of nations, I think you could take something away. I think everyone could take something away. There were a couple of nations that I thought underperformed and would like to have had a better World Cup. But just to make a World Cup in the first instance is a tremendous achievement. So hats off to Qatar, hats off to Uruguay, hats off to Belgium. Players that could have done a little bit more, you might have thought. But when it's all said and done, memories still linger on. You made it to a World Cup, you will take lessons, and there will be players who will be looking at the tremendous success of Qatar and will be looking to say, I want to be at the big party. Reggae boys, you want to be at the big party? It's in America, it's in Mexico, it's in Canada. The big party can include you. A word of warning from the Reason Boss: do not take things, get me now, get me now, get me now. Don't take things for granted. No. Don't take things for granted. You've got to make sure that things are in place preparation-wise, transparency-wise, as I said, respect for the players and the choices, respect for the look of the Reggae Boys, the look of the organization, the feel of the organization, how the players are handled and respected and communicated with. It's a to and fro situation. It's a two-way process. But ostensibly, of course, an organization representing a country has a duty to show the country and the organization in the best light, to provide the best environment for a team to thrive, to be confident that they are being supported, encouraged, and being treated fairly. We wish the Reggae Boys the very best in all they do going forward. We want the Reggae Boys to be at the big dance that is the World Cup. The Reggae Girls are at the forthcoming Australia and New Zealand World Cup next year, middle of next year, and we look forward to seeing them greatly. Right about now, I'm not saying the debate has been finished, ended, as to whether Lionel Messi is the quote-unquote GOAT. What we can say is that Lionel Messi, having won many a La Liga tournament and trophy, many a Champion League trophy, he has now topped his international career, having won Copa America 1-0 with Argentina in Brazil, goal by Angel Di Maria. That was Messi's first big international trophy for Argentina. He's had a checkered career with Argentina. On more than one occasion, Lionel Messi has said, I want to call it quits. I can't take it anymore. I've given what I can, and it just doesn't seem to be working. But he fought. He never gave up the fight, and the Argentinians never gave up the fight. What a fairy tale story, with Scaloni, a young manager, taking the helm and taking the reins, and under wow, overseeing an outstanding unbeaten run for the Argentinian team. But they came to the big party with it still all to do. 32 teams there to lift that tournament and lift that trophy. Well, you could not make it up. They huffed and they puffed, and they finally, Argentina finally, brought the World Cup back to South America. They brought it back to Argentina, and Lionel Messi has crowned, thus far, his career with that elusive World Cup trophy. It was a delight and lovely to see his children being embraced and being part of the experience. It was a humbling experience. It was a beautiful experience. I'm not going to cry, viewers and subscribers. Don't cry for me, Argentina. The truth is, Messi never left you. Argentina crowned 2022 FIFA Men's Senior World Champions. The Immortal Messi crowned a world champion. What more can we say? Richard, the Reason Boss, signing off. A huge thanks to all concerned who have been here this evening. A huge thanks to you. Oh boy. Hey, let me see if there's any final comments here. Watch ya. Kevin Williams, I've got to read your comment. Thank you very much for being a part of tonight's show. Kevin, Brazil no good. Brazil no good. You see, I'm going to show that I'm neutral. Brazil no good, brother. We're not talking about losers. Oh, God. Hey, Kevin. Kevin, tonight is a night. Tonight is a night. Yes, indeed. There you are, Kevin. There you are. There you are. Yes, I've got my jersey on. But above all, I love the game of football. I respect the game of football. And tonight, Kevin, you are right. Tonight is not the night to talk about ostensibly the Seleção. Tonight is the night to celebrate, to salute, to big up the world champions of 2022 from the first Winter World Cup. How could you top this story? Lionel Messi crowned along with his Argentinian teammates and the millions of Argentinian fans all around the world. Hey, Trinidad Dave, hey, there's a brethren, a big time brethren. Big up yourself, Trin Dave. Big up yourself, Dave. Big up yourself, Dave. Right about now in Jamaica. Dave, respect. Listen, Papa Dave asked me for an Argentinian t-shirt. Yes, with Dave's name on the back. An Argentinian shirt. He draws for Brazil. He draws not for Brazil, he draws for Argentina. 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 Dave, they delivered. You have the shirt of world champions. Not former world champions, but the current world champions. Hey, it was my pleasure to go about town to get that personalized t-shirt for yourself. And you can see that you can wear that t-shirt knowing full well that they have been crowned. Not to everyone's cup of tea, but certainly if you're looking from a footballing perspective, from the perspective of a team that showed heart, determination, organizational skill, a never say die attitude, and collectively they stood up, delivered, as my brother Roger said, delivered and got the job done. Naya Bingi! Naya Bingi! You don't know, say Germany, my big brother, much love. Whole of a massive. Big up yourself. Ninja Bogito. Hey. Barney, Stevie. London, England calling saying, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Jamaica, and big up yourself to all fans of the beautiful game. Germany came, saw, and took a return plane. The Seleção came, saw, a little later than planned, or a little earlier than planned, a little later than Germany, but they too had to take that trip home. Two remained, and then there were two, Argentina and France, and we can see who ended up with the title. Sometimes you got to take these things on the chin. Let me see what I'm going, yes, sir. You've got to take these things on the chin. How are this now? Hey, Chevron. Ah. Well, you know the beautiful thing, Chevron. Big up yourself, Chev. Big up yourself. No, say a big football fan, big football, knowledgeable man. You know, let me just be clear. Which debate? Chev, Chevron, which debate? Yeah, man. I want to forget your name right as rain. Shavat Piet. Yeah, man. You big man. Shavat, which argument is now done? The GOAT of all time or the modern generation? Let me see what you say. I just want to be crystal clear. You get me? Let me see. I want to be crystal clear. You know, football is ever a discussion point, so there's always going to be a bag of debate. Always going to be a bag of debate. I was having a big debate with CD coaches, that's Coach Minzy, during the World Cup about Neymar and his role. I believe that he's a tremendous player, but he needed to get a bit more maturity into his game, a bit more IQ wise, a little higher IQ in terms of how to impact a game. See Luka Modric, see Lionel Messi for further details. The likes of Tim Vickery agree with me. Big time South American correspondent and writer said that Neymar Jr., big player, but relies on the referees to help him out too often, courting fouls from players. Let me not drag on and let me come back. Let me come back. Wheel and come again, Chevron. Let me see where greatest of Sharon, I'm staying on the line a little longer because of you. Watch it. Sharon, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. That argument will continue. It will continue. Though he has made a strong case right about now, Reason Boss is coming front and center. Has he made a case for being the greatest of all time? Well, there's a certain man called Pele. I've said it. We've said it. 82-year-old. Hey, right about now. Pele, wherever you are, sir, we salute, we respect you. We wish you a speedy recovery. Wherever you are, we know that you're up in age. We know that you've been under treatment and you've been going through a tough time. But we want you to know that you have left memories and you are loved and respected right about now, as you have been in the past. You've left the legacy from 1958 and before into 62, Crockton injured in 66, back again in 1970, with memories that are etched in old and young people's mind. YouTube is a wonderful thing. You check out exactly what he did in 1970, age 30, nearing the swan song of his career. That was a performance, a set of performances that the likes of Neymar Jr. could take due note of. Pele, in many people's eyes, remains the GOAT. 1, count them. Chav, count them. 1, 58. 2, 62. 3, 1970. 3 World Cups. Santos, massive player, big time. Them times when Santos and the Brazilian team and the Brazilian leagues were strong, come over to the European tours, tear up the best that Europe had to offer. Pele was an original, an originator. The likes of Garrincha, some people said, was even better than Pele. But Garrincha was short in terms of not only literally, but in terms of longevity. Pele left a legacy. Messi has been playing for a long time. He has left a legacy. But Pele demonstrated youthful, phenomenal experience and talent, scoring in a wonderful victory over Sweden in '58. Went on to Chile 1962, being another victor again. Can you imagine? And then in 1970, you saw the goal, the way the man laid on the goals for Carlos Alberto. The way the brother forced Banks, Gordon Banks, into one of the all-time saves of all time. The way the man was audacious enough to try a goal from the halfway line. The way the brother could dummy, was that the Uruguayan? Lord have mercy. The way he could dummy a keeper. Have you ever seen somebody dummy a keeper like that? Only to just miss scoring. And even the miss itself went down in history as phenomenal. Lord have mercy, let me tell you something. Hey, Cristiano Ronaldo, he, as I said, he might have been praying or wishing Kylian Mbappe the very best, as well as every French player on that pitch and in the squad, the very best of luck. It didn't come out successfully on this occasion. And maybe, Shava, the debate is done between Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo lifted the European Championship with Portugal. Messi lifted the World Cup with Argentina. That debate right about now may be concluded. Back again. Back again. My apologies. I inadvertently hit the button when I wanted to try and check out what the big man Shava was making of what I was. Hey, let me see what I go on now. Let me see what I go on. Let me read and see what I go on now. Respect, Shav. Respect, Shavan. That's my opinion still. In fairness, I never saw Pele nor Maradona. Full respect, Shav. I don't say you know your ball. But what you can say, if they were better than Messi, then they are. If they were better than Messi, they weren't human. Well, hey, yeah. I'm gonna go into your other comment, but thank you very much. That's got to be highlighted. Love that. It's your opinion. Hey, I know that you're an equitable, fair brother, Shavan, and that's why I'm gonna say full respect to you. Yeah, man, it's your opinion, and football is nothing but a bag of opinions. It's full of opinions. And I respect your opinion. Pele, big player. Maradona, big player. Listen, Maradona, you check out the goal that he scored against England. I'm sure you've seen it in 1986. You check out the goal that he scored. You check out the goal that he scored against the likes of Belgium. You know, without falling down. Absolutely outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Yeah, listen, Pele was an absolutely incredible player. As I said, he was doing things now. Check out the footage. YouTube, free and easy. Free and easy. Just like hitting the like button here and subscribing if you want to. If you've not done it before, hit the like button. Give Crystal, Talawa TV, Reason Boss a strength. Give Talawa, Crystal, who I'm standing in place of this evening on this World Cup special, on this momentous historical night. Let me tell you something. Pele was doing things, original style, that we can see today. And here's the other thing. Generationally, pitches, surfaces, different quality these days. They're like carpet you're playing on these days. The opposition, defenders, what they can and cannot do has to be taken into consideration. Maradona was in an age where they were getting hacked. What says when Pele was playing, people were getting hacked left, right, and center, and you needed to be on your P's and Q and to think fast and act fast to deal with some of those opponents who were more than happy to cut you down. But these players, hey, Maradona, when I say that Maradona literally or metaphorically carried Argentina on his shoulders to World Cup success. Decent team, Burchaga, Brown. After that, I can't really tell you too many players who were in that Argentinian team. I really couldn't. But I can tell you, Maradona and 1986. Check out that goal against England. The first goal, canny, thinking man's goal. Hey, deceptive, smart, canny, foxy. The second goal. How many plays did he take out? 5, 6, including the goalkeeper? Listen, talent. Now, Messi, big time talent. You saw the goal he scored. Well, he fashioned against Croatia, taken on. That was one, and that's just one defender. That's one defender that he dealt with, one of the best defenders of this World Cup. Dealt with him. Shimmy, shammy, boom, boom, boom. Outrun him, boom, turn, slow him down. Went again to the byline. Used his right foot, cut back, Alvarez, bang. How'd you like that? That's all she wrote. Messi had a tournament to remember. An artist, I've said it, an artist in action. When a man is walking around a pitch, walking around and suddenly bursts into life when he feels it is deemed right. I hope someone like a Neymar, that's the last time I'm mentioning him, tonight, can take a leaf out of that book and see how things are done and rise to the occasion. Messi, bad boy player, wonderful player, wonderful, one of the best that I've seen, no doubt about it. Me not ask me, I tell you. Yeah, man, real talk. Maradona at Napoli on those surfaces with a small team. Hey, Napoli was not Real Madrid, you know. Napoli in Italy was not an AC Milan or a Juventus or an Inter Milan. The equivalent in Spain, it was not a Barcelona, an Atletico Madrid. Hey, I don't know what you can compare it to, man. Mid-team at best, maybe lower than that. Napoli who? I can call out the name of Napoli because of Maradona, followed by Careca, the Brazilian striker of 86 and 90. Maradona was responsible for putting Napoli on the map, the footballing map. Look at them now in the Champions League. They're there. You ask any of them, when were your glory days? Maradona time. Bad boy player. Could score goals, trickery, confidence, chest out. You're talking about a leader. Give me the ball. But he had the knack, not just for being selfish. He could bring his colleagues into the game. He could give of himself. He was not afraid of the big occasion. He stood out. You could see, yes, he's in this game. A touch from the heavens. Strong like a tank. Balance, extraordinary. Messi-like, you could say. And maybe a little bit more. Who knows? I mean, the balance. He was like a rubber ball, bouncing off challenges. Joker. Check it out. When I say Joker, I'm talking about Maradona. He was ridiculously good. As is Messi. So, Shavon, I hear you. Let me see what your other comment was, sir. Let me see what your other comment was, big man. Every time, respect. I see one that is highlighted here. Yes, Messi once scored a goal like one Maradona scored against England. Yes, he did, and I remember the goal. I think it was a club game. It was a club. I think it was a club game. Phenomenal. As I said, he's in the conversation. If you ask me, he's right in the conversation. Ability wise, hey, right there, sir. Right there, sir. If you never see Maradona, Messi is showing you what Maradona could do. And when it comes to dribbling at pace, it's hard to beat Messi. It's very hard to beat Messi. And the fact that he's doing it mid 30s today in the World Cup on the biggest stage, listen, he deserves player of the tournament. He deserves everything that he's gotten. I raise a glass of grapefruit juice again to you, Messi. Let me check out a couple of your other comments. Yeah, man, Chevan, you know your football. Watch out. When you say, don't get me wrong either. Don't get me wrong either, yeah, man. You're a Brazilian fan. All right, respect, Chef. All right. But I believe Messi deserved the World Cup for all the hate he received for Higuain. See him there? Missing those chances in 2014, 2014. Right. Right. Hey, they were on the verge of winning it in the backyard of Brazil. Yes, sir. Yes, that's the one. You know your football. So if it was 2014, which was the introduction of Neymar to the World Cup stage in 2014, when he was attempting to carry Brazil on his young shoulders. And I tell you what, he was doing a good job. I said I was only mentioning Neymar once, but this is in the Neymar Park, is in his backyard. Yeah, man. He was doing very well for Brazil, and until a Colombian knee brought matters to an early close, and Brazil fell apart. Meanwhile, Argentina pressed on, and so it was 2014. Is that right, Shev? So that's when they met Germany. So it was Argentina, Germany. Is that right? If that is the case, and that's when Mario Götze, broke the deadlocks and broke the hearts of the Argentinians. And I tell you, that's an occasion. If it was indeed Argentina who made the final in 2014 in Brazil, that would have been a case of Brazilians not supporting Argentina. Anyone, ABA, anyone but Argentina. And that would have been the case. Certainly, I was singing from a different sheet. So my brother Naya Bingi, big Germany fan, that was a big night, big occasion, and big up yourself. That was a wonderful moment, and it took a big team, for Germany, to win in Brazil. A European team winning in Brazil, and what a way! I mean, my lord, took Brazil to the to the cleaners and more. Rinse and repeat. Let me see now what. check. Weird. Big up yourself, Dre. Big up yourself. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. I hope you've hit the like button. Listen, man, you're a man for all seasons, man. I see you in various chats and you pipe up nice and neatly. You know what I mean? You're just a level vibes operator. Full respect to yourself, sir. I hope you enjoyed the World Cup final and the World Cup as a whole. And I hope and pray that you're going to be part of the YouTube and social media channels and platforms that can help support both the reggae boys and reggae girls on their forthcoming journeys. I really hope so. Peace and full respect each and every time, Julia. And Chelsea, have you got any World Cup winners? Have you got any World Cup winners in that Chelsea team? I mean, Thiago, I know you're a big Chelsea man. Thiago Silva gave it his all. Maybe one of the goals of the World Cup tournament. Richarlison, what a pass. What a pass. But I don't want to digress. But, you know, football, I want to tell you, viewers and subscribers, let me tell you again, football is all about journeys. Journeys. And Brazil's journey was one that was worth watching, full of dancing, full of challenges, steely resolve, and I thought that they were rising to the occasion. Having dismantled South Korea, they were brought back to sober earth level by Croatia. And and the rest is history. Hey, let me say as a Dre. The debate was that Messi can't be the GOAT because he hasn't won the World Cup. Yeah, man. Is that a question? It's a question. And I can say that was an answer. I can give you the answer. Yes, you're absolutely right, Dre. In many people's eyes, ESPN, Talk Sport in this country, many stations, many pundits were saying, hey, until, Trinidad's Shaka Hislop, hey, until you've got a World Cup, can't call your GOAT, can't say you're the GOAT if you've not got a World Cup under your belt. Now, of course, this is an interesting argument because you've got the likes of Ireland's George Best. You've got Haaland at Man City. If he goes on to have a stellar career, he may not get a chance to lift a World Cup title because he's playing for Norway. You had great players like Michael Laudrup. Great players. Wonderful, all-time great players. Couldn't lift the title, couldn't get the likes of Denmark over the line. When you're up against the big wigs, the Brazils, the Italies, the Germanys, it's very difficult. But sometimes those are the challenges that you've got to face and overcome. But it's not easy. You will have great players who are representing smaller nations, and it's very difficult to get over the line or be entered into the argument. But Messi was a particular case, particularly because he was fact playing for a big team in Argentina who had the ability, the experience, the history of being a superpower when it comes to football. The fact that he hadn't been able to lift the prize with Argentina, knowing the player that he was and is, that was hanging over him. In my humble opinion, definitely was hanging over him. This win for Argentina with Messi front and center under a terrific manager in Scaloni. He's done a wonderful job with the weight of expectation, the eyes of the watching world on him. Hey, I've got to say to him and his coaching team, full respect. For me, Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the modern greats with whom he's been in a tussle with Lionel Messi, he will have to say, and he probably would say, hey, what? I'm sure he doesn't want to be quoted anytime soon. But as far as the reason boss is concerned, Lionel Messi, with this World Cup performance and series of performances, yeah, man, modern day GOAT and right up there with Pele them, in my opinion. Know what? Hey, Declan, bless up lovely people. Bless up yourself, Declan. Bless up yourself. You see the time? Lord have mercy. What? Hey, time flies when you're having fun, Time flies when you are having fun. Almost, listen, we're going to do this something, on the 2-hour mark exactly. I'm going to do a crystal, but a crystal that I'm going to actually do what I say. 2-hour mark, I done. Viewers and subscribers, wonderful contributions from each and every one of you who have listened, but either silently, with some good vibes. Bless you for all those who contributed, for Mr. Gregory Reed, Kevin Williams, Dockland, Dre, any weather. Big up yourself. All those who have commented, Shavan, unusual name, Shavan, big up yourself, Shavan. Big up yourself every time. Early on in the fixture, Cadiz King, bless up yourself. Thank you so much. Nitro, big up yourself. It has been a pleasure. I am going to have myself a cup of tea. I'm going to raise another glass to both Argentina and France and to all 32 teams, including Qatar, as hosts of this Winter World Cup, a unique experience, a success, I say. Crystal, peace and love. Thank you very much for allowing me to take the helm tonight. It's been a pleasure. Peace and love to one and all. Hit the like button on your way out. Wherever you are, stay safe, keep warm. London, England is freezing, but for football fans who have watched this World Cup, you must feel warmed because this has been a footballing party that has brought about the very best with what football has to offer. And we've got one more commenter, Cygnus Media. Happy that I got to see the world champions against my team, Jamaica, live. Hey, big up yourself, Cygnus Media. Hey, respect. You said you did. Hey, you did. And I tell you what, the Jamaican players will be able to say they've seen and they've played, gone toe to toe and played with Lionel Messi, played with the Argentinian team that has gone on to lift the ultimate prize in world football, the World Cup. Cygnus, you actually saw them play. Big up yourself. You should be absolutely ecstatic. You saw them, and in footballing terms, they have left their mark, and they are worthy 2022 World Cup champions. This is the reason, boss. Oh, the reason, boss. Saying peace and love. Crystal, we look forward to seeing you soon. Viewers and subscribers, keep it locked, undocked, wherever you are. Stay safe, have a great week. And again, to the world champions and the immortal Lionel Messi, crowned world champions. To the victor of the spoils, Argentina, World Cup champions 2022. France, a valiant effort to try and go back to back in terms of World Cup victories. We will see you fight another day. One more comment because I needed your comments to help me, and it's from Shavan himself. You guys saw Mr. Holness' video stating that that Jamaica needs to qualify next time. Hey, I didn't see this video. I didn't see Andrew, the president himself. And I'm gonna say, hey, let me just fix up myself. Hey, the president. Well, again, transparency, accountability, responsibility, respect. All of these things need to be in place. Preparation, organization, professionalism. There's an Adidas deal in place, that's going to kick into effect in January, early next year. Things are in place regarding financial support for the Jamaican Reggae Boys. Let's see if other things are in place. We need to recognize that the CONCACAF region is getting stronger and stronger, in my opinion. We've seen Canada salute an outstanding campaign. They will have learnt, still wet behind the ears. Started so promisingly with that 1-0 defeat. Yes, a 1-0 defeat at the hands of Belgium, who were against the ropes. We're talking about Marvin Hagler against Tommy Hearns. Hey, this was a beatdown. This was not a to and fro-in. Canada had that team on the ropes, only to be caught by a sucker punch. They would have learned a bag of lessons from their journey. They're going to be hosting next time around, inshallah, God willing. But in addition to the likes of Costa Rica, Panama, Suriname, El Salvador will be amongst the teams pushing and pressing for a place at the big party. Who will join them? Well, the Gold Cup is going to be beginning. That's the first thing. But before that, we've got Nation Leagues action. Jamaica taking on Mexico. That's going to be a big pair of clashes. I think they've got a couple of fixtures. Let's see how that turns out. Then we've got the Gold Cup. That's where I made my initial foray onto this and into this space, following the Jamaican team, wondering what really a go on. Well, we're going to get a chance to see, have they improved? Beaten 1-0 by a C- US team who have gone on to success. I'm not crying. A frog in the throat. Gone on to success in the Qatar World Cup, joining England, making the second round, only to be thwarted by the Dutch 2-0. But America, again, hosts. Jamaica won't have to consider going ahead and thwarting America. But Jamaica need to have levels and standards. Jamaica has a fine crop of players and talents at their disposal. The question is, can we get the best out of them? Can things be fair, equitable, professional, transparent? Time will tell. Listen, peace and love. I'm doing a crystal. I said 2 hours. It's now ticked over to what? 2 hours, 5 minutes? Listen, time flies when you're having fun. Crystal, peace and love. Shaban, big up yourself. Dre, big up yourself. One and all who have been part of this broadcast. Is the debate over? Messi, in my opinion, is one of the GOATs. I think there are more than one GOAT. I think there's more than one GOAT in the world of football, you know. Yeah, yeah, you heard it. You heard me. You heard me. How about that? Listen, big up yourself, Messi. Big up yourself. Every one of those Argentinians. Big up yourself, France. A young team. Someone didn't expect you to go so far. You reached the final and you left it on the pitch. You showed resolve and determination and heart. Mbappe, a hat trick and a penalty scored in the penalty shootout. Hey, that and he could be the future of world football. Who will join Kylian Mbappe because he is at the big party. He is on the stage. He is in pursuit of being involved in the conversation of being regarded as a or the GOAT. He's got a ways to go though, because Lionel Messi has shown exactly what it takes. Never say die. Reason Boss saying peace. Gone me gone.
I'm John Barnes, and you're watching Talawa TV with Crystal Davis.